How are you? Happy, is it Tuesday? Thursday. I think it's Thursday. I'm like always forgetting the days. I need to like recheck that before I get on here. I just know today is day 8 of October, which is super exciting. 8, oh my God, this light is like super bright. 8 is one of my favorite numbers because when you study it, when it comes to especially spirituality or infinity, it looks like this. I can draw it for you guys. So number 8 is like infinity like that. So I love the 8th day of every month and 13th day. Those are 2 big feminine numbers. So anyway, my name is Colleen Gallagher if you have not met me before, and I'm super excited to be here co-creating this space with you. So I'm doing 31 days live in October because of my brand new book, An Uncompromised Life, that is launching June 8th of 2021 through my publishing company, but you can buy it directly from me before then. So we're doing pre-orders and pre-sales now. And you can see the cover in my feed. And this book is really, really a pivotal book in my life. And I know it will absolutely change your life and change your paradigm because it talks about how to live an uncompromised life to our soul and our true desires and our needs. And this book was birthed because I was in an unhealthy relationship where I would be marked as a spiritual codependent. And I attracted a very unhealthy relationship, and I had an unplanned pregnancy that I didn't know was possible because when I was diagnosed with cancer at age 14, it was told to me that it would be very challenging for me to get pregnant, but that happened. I chose to let the child go. And then through 3 different means, the name Ella came to me. So I know that I'm going to be adopting my daughter in the world in this miraculous story. And so if you've gone through child loss or you've gone through really bad heartbreak or just loss of a person, this is definitely an amazing book for you. And so when you join these lives, any of the 31 days, make sure that you let me know when you're tuning in. And when you share it, tag me that you've shared it because you get entered in to win a drawing at the end of the month where you'll get an Uncompromised Life book signed, a Live Your Truth book signed. You'll get my oracle cards, and also you get 2 calls with me for the first person we pick and 1 call with me for the second and third person we pick. So make sure to share it or tag me on your story on Instagram. And so today's topic that we're talking about is 31 ways that I broke my heart and how I fell in love, or how I created a love story out of it. So today, a way that I broke my heart was understanding becoming successful, the means of becoming successful. I feel like that's something maybe not all of us want, but we all want to feel like we have financial security. We want to feel like we're safe, like in our life, to at least have basic needs. And after that, what we want probably varies on person, perspective, dreams, ideologies. And so this one, I specifically want to focus on how I broke my heart with this idea of I wanted to be successful, become successful. So I remember even when I was a little girl, I was at this like summer camp, right? And I was doing a massage thing. We charged 25 cents for like a 5-minute massage or whatever that it was. And my dad came and I made, I don't know, like $5 in quarters or something. And he's like, you should give the money back. You shouldn't keep the money because, like it's just your age and you were just doing it for fun. Like you shouldn't keep that money. And I was like, what? And so anyway, I gave all the money back that I just made from this massage thing that I made up at this summer camp. And so after that, I became like really, really driven to be successful because I had cancer at 14. I saw people that argued over money when they're paying for their child's treatment. And I was like, I want to make sure that I'm so successful that I'm never in my life arguing about money, and that I'm never in a position, if I were to have a child, well, I didn't know I could have one, but if my partner, if I were to have kids, we would never argue about money if they needed healthcare. A lot's changed in my life from that very time because now I don't even really believe in Western medicine. So I wouldn't really even fight over money in the Western medicine. But anyway, the point is that I really wanted to be successful. I thought I have to work in a corporate job. I wanted to make $100,000. I wanted to travel the world. Like I just knew that deep down, I wanted to be successful, and I would do whatever it took to be successful. I would compromise who I was. I would pretend that I would be okay. I wouldn't use my voice in certain situations because I thought that if I just was silent, it'd be better to get me further. I would make connections, but the connections and relationships I built were always to let me get further ahead. They were never truly heart-centered at the core. They always were okay, this connection, I'm gonna solidify it. I'm gonna have it because it's gonna help me get to the next level. And many times if people weren't evolved, like, or were not evolving, then I would cut them. Like, just, they would be out, or like basically kind of irrelevant in my life. I wouldn't really like make an effort for them, basically. And so that didn't end up so well for me. It kind of broke my heart, because here I was in corporate America right after college. I basically had a salary that was $65,000, plus I had a company car. You got like a $10,000 bonus or $12,000 bonus for moving. And you got like a commission at the end of the year. So it was basically like $100,000. It was almost $100,000 salary right out of college. So basically that happened, right? And I was like doing this dream and living my life, but I hated it. I was so unhappy. I did not want to go to work every day. I felt like I was depressed. I felt like I have to do this for the rest of my life to like retire one day, and hopefully like I just couldn't do it. And it was so painful, because I feel like my idea of success was what I had. My idea was like, Colleen, you have this amazing job. It's a $23 billion company. You have great benefits, like all the things you would want. But I was like, this just is not correct. This just doesn't feel right. There's something off. And so what I had to learn basically is, even though I had the life, as you call it, the lifestyle, I was still just deeply, deeply unhappy. I was still suffering immensely. And how I turned it into a greatest love story is at the moment that I got promoted from Houston, Texas to Baltimore, Maryland. And I realized that I realized that there was more to life. I started to look at influencers on Instagram, or look at bloggers, and look like, how can you really make the same amount of money that I'm making now, but do it my way? And I remember, you guys, I've probably invested, I don't know, hundreds or thousands of hours into my work of understanding, how do you actually become a true expression of who you are and create a lifestyle around that. And it took me a long time, you guys. Like, it took me, like, maybe I was researching like crazy for like 12 months to understand this. And finally, I got the courage, like, you know, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I know that I'm going to move across the world to New Zealand. And when I did this, I was like, okay, I'm moving across the world to New Zealand. I'm doing this thing. When I did that, I started to understand what becoming successful really meant. Becoming successful has nothing to do with the amount of money that you're making. It has nothing to do with the company that you're working for. Becoming successful, really how I turned it into my greatest love story. Becoming successful is you being in the expression of you so easily and so fluently that you naturally feel like there's no separation of who you have to be depending on the environment you're in. You naturally can always be yourself, and you naturally have a divine message flowing through you that activates others on their journey. Whether it's a spiritual journey, a business journey, a psychology journey, a beauty journey, like whatever your expression is, you are constantly practicing that expression. You're constantly sharing it. And in that place, you're birthing new things. You're birthing products. You're birthing ideas. You're birthing solutions to people's problems. That is actually what's becoming successful. Becoming successful has nothing to do with what I used to think it was, like working for the $23 billion company, the $400 million company, and flying on the corporate jets, and having the company car, and having the benefits. Like, becoming successful has nothing to do with that. Becoming successful is when you truly feel authentically that you can express exactly what is on your mind and on your heart, and you feel it, but you can put language to it. Like, you can articulate what's happening inside of you or what's happening in your mind. That is when you truly become successful. And I feel like where I broke my heart in my life is thinking that success was like this destination of a ladder of once I made $1 million or $100,000 or $500,000, whatever amount of money that I thought would make me happy in a year. It was actually never the amount of money. It was always becoming successful, and this is where it turned into my greatest love story. Becoming successful is the moment that I started writing my first book. Becoming successful was the moment I invested money in myself, to my first coach, my first mentor. Becoming successful was the first entrepreneur retreat I invested myself in at Fiji. Becoming successful was when I drew my oracle card. Becoming successful to me is when I'm sitting with my journal and just authentically expressing myself. That is when you leave the paradigm of destination or of transactional success into a fulfilling and sustainable life. And in my book, An Uncompromised Life, my third book that's coming out later this year through my channels, I talk a lot about understanding our character and understanding when we have desires and understanding how to trust our faith and soul, that we always know exactly what it is we do desire. We always know the exact story that will be playing out for us. And it's trusting that when we live an uncompromised life, we stop with the idealization of that when we have a certain amount of money, so 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, $1 billion, like the list could go on, or the car, or the wife, or this. When we have that, we'll be happy. The truly becoming successful is the journey to within, the journey to setting yourself free, the journey to liberating yourself. And that's day 8. That's it. That's all for day 8. Becoming successful. I broke my heart because I really thought it was on this place to get to a pedestal, when reality, the way I turned into my greatest love stories, that becoming successful is the practice of your expression and allowing things to be birthed, ideas and solutions to come through you for that. And so share this video, make sure that you put it out there for other people to receive, and you get entered in to win the drawing. 2, when you listen to this and you want to pre-order the book, please message me. We have it right now, so you can pre-order. It's a signed copy from me. You get a Christella crystal and a handwritten channeled note. Channeling basically means that there is a higher power, a higher source that's coming through me. So right now I'm channeling. We're all always channeling. However, I'm channeling, and there's a higher energy frequency coming through me to communicate with you. And so on this specific handwritten letter, I will channel to you a beautiful message from the universe about whatever you've gone through, heartbreak or loss, to help you overcome it. The second thing is that we have a free community. So if you want to be part of that free Facebook community, message me and we'll get you in there. Third thing is, for the month of October, I have a special deal that if you are listening to this and you want to go deeper on your healing journey, you'd like to understand your soul, you'd like to understand guidance, you'd like to understand message of the universe, you'd like to understand how you can stop compromising your soul to fit into a society you're not meant to be in, you can get 4 calls with me through the end of the year for $1,495. Usually it's $5,000. So message me, we'll get you the link so you can get involved with that and get you scheduled. And I just want you to know, I'm going to come so close. I always do. I just want you to know when you're watching this that you are so, so close for your heartbreak being over. You are so close to being on your journey, dissolving the idea of success as a destination. And you are absolutely so close, my angel, to falling madly in love, not with a person, but with your life, with the way the air touches your face, with the way you breathe, with the way food enters into your mouth. You are so close and so deserving and so worthy for falling in love, because you are absolutely perfect the way you are. So share this video, get it out there, message me the Uncompromised to get the book link to pre-order, and have a fabulous night of falling in love, because you deserve it.